But I want to see this early game potential with a Suyo and a Farsa in the hands of Smart Omega. Health for now. Who's he going to go for?
Okay, Chaknu used up the Sacred Hammer. He has the flicker,
kick.
connects the kick. Will he be able to cast out the implosion?
Oh.
He did, but he didn't catch Zaida. First blood will be drawn for the side of the Phoenix Army. A counterattack right away for Omega to bring down Lord JM.
For now and just hold alongside it. But now TNC Pro Team look to get minion wave priority in the middle. They push that while now threatening the turtle. Good call.
Lancy pops the real world manipulation to zone out Omega. Meanwhile, Chaknu is now in the picture. Yawi goes in with the way of the dragon, going to connect onto the Mamba and going to bring him down successfully. That's one member down for the Barangay.
Okay, keep it together. Still fighting for it. That is going to be finally the turtle. Go in the hands of TNC. They're still hunting for Andoru, but he should be able to get away. He's going to lose his orange, though, here, too. Oh. Yawi will keep him at bay alongside Lord JM. Andoru, he's still going to try to take this. Doesn't get it.
Oh.
Zaida, not enough damage, too. That was about a minute and a half.
Or steal resources in the lower portion of the map when the second turtle spawns.
Yeah, that's a good idea, too. Oh, Yawi doesn't. He just goes.
Connects, but Chaknu answers with the implosion. Omega, though, will they be able to counter-attack? Zaida goes in with a fracture. Okir manages to stay alive with the wings by wings. No casualties, but 2 ultimates have been popped.
You know?
He did very well.
He did very well. Yawi goes in, knows there's no flicker.
Wow.
Speaking of doing very well, Yawi once again making sure that all of his Way of the Dragons will connect to the proper target.
Yep.
Because that's literally what you're doing. And now, you're going to make a play here on the bottom side. Chaknu going, Yawi.
Okay, Chaknu still goes in with the implosion, connecting on to Yawi, paired up with the Fist Break, Fist Crack combination coming in from Lewis to bring down the Lover Boy. Meanwhile, Lord JM into the middle. Lewis, even with the flicker, is going to get caught up by Zaida for the counterattack.
Omega finally gets the definitive winning one.
Oh, early cast of the Feathered Airstrike. Lancy answers right back with real world manipulation. They're trying to make a sandwich play up top against Omega. Kozen still here in the picture. Zaman Force goes in! After Jome! Fortunately for Kozen, this highlight play was caught in camera.
See the damage being dealt here. It is pretty scary. Looking at this. Oh, fighting again.
Ooh,
Yawi.
dodge!
What a dodge from
That's athletic.
Andoryu. Now the counter play from Omega. Lancy answers right back with the real manipulation onto Chaknu. And they're going to bring down Yawi in exchange for Chaknu, but the fight still continues. The side goes in with a fracture. Going to bring down Andoryu once again. Forcing out the flicker of Jome also, but Lord JM Kozen goes in, wants to go in for the kill. Omega survives with 3 members, but TNC once again a quick response. Oh. Luckily, TNC didn't try to go and force out an initiation because they still have to wait for the implosion. But as I was saying that, Yawi goes in, but Lewis catches him off guard with a Fist Break, Fist Crack combination. But Lancy will be able to take down Chaknu. No more implosion once again for Omega. It's going to be a 4-on-4. Both roamers are down.
Comes to being down 8,000 gold. Look at Lord JM. He knows they're there, but he's confident enough that he's tanky enough that he can just do that right now.
He actually wants Chaknu to cast the big ultimate, but Yawi casts the Way of the Dragon first. Chaknu forced to use the flicker as Ukir cast the Feather Airstrike to zone out TNC. Andoryu just trying to provide vision for Omega. Will they be able to take away the Lord? Jome just working on the top lane, trying to create the split push action for the Barangay.
One more fracture here, just used up by Zaida, but look at the zone by Lord JM!
Oh, they might be able to burst down Andoryu right away as Andoryu has to walk away. Here comes Chaknu. He does, however, have the conceal plus the implosion. They can actually make and go for initiation as Jome just trying to continue the push up top.
Well, okay, they're going to be fine. They will lose some of these turrets.
Early cast of the real world manipulation to try and zone out Omega as TNC working on the mid lane and top lane inhibitor turret. Lord sieging out. Yawi goes in! Yawi of the Dragon over the Barangay to clear out 2. Yawi, however, will fall down, but Kozen says, I'll use the Zaman Force to slide down the crystal. But Jome answers right back with a Spear of Destruction, but still the Lord is there, and the Phoenix Army will continue to rise.
Rising on forward, now in a sweep against Smart Omega. Team
5. What? And we all heard it.
Works.
Oh.
Zaida with the MVP, though.
And we all heard it. They have a high win rate with that hero. It works out very well for them. So I think they played around that idea and said, you know what, we can make this work in the MPL, and they did.
If it works, it works.
Oh.
Zaida with the MVP, though. This ended up working really well for them. And, you know, I like that you mentioned, you took a little flashback there for people to go ahead and know that Zaida stepped in. He stepped into some big shoes in the previous seasons, and now he's here in TNC, and this is a performance that he's going to be set up for on this Nolan pick. And a lot of this, too, again, is just the way that Zyda plays, the way that he maneuvers himself around the map, the way that he responds to what Yawi and Lancey are doing is usually the reason why he's so highlighted a lot of the times as we get ready to look at the MVP highlights for this game.
Yeah, he's just so surgical, and the timing of Zyda with the Nolan, he really wanted to make the most out of every Fracture entry that he would do. If it's not to land a kill, it's really just to bring someone down really low so that Omega wouldn't be able to do anything.
Yeah, you have to consider that game number 1, Zyda was actually a utility jungler in Backshine. Now displaying his versatility, using up the Nolan up against Omega, it really gave a harder time for Omega to try and come up with a outplays, because you have to think about Yawi's kick, then you have to think about the burst that could come from any angle from Zyda. Not to mention, Kozin has been performing very well also. He has a lot of outplays on his own.
Seems like everything that we hyped up about TNC, it was showcased not just in this game number 2, but in this entire series. Lancey's great placements with the Starfield bring down, it really, Omega just felt shut down in this entire game.
Yeah, I get mixed up on all the Star Shatters, Astral Recalls, Astral Balls, you know, Astral Spheres, all that stuff too. But I love to see the Novaria, man. I'm glad because it did pop up a lot constantly. Was this last season that, or was it season 13 that she was picked all the time? And the fact 13. That it still fits well